Alright, we're going to do something a little different this time. For this weekly recap video, we are going to... Oh man, this is harder than I thought. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah! Alright. I'm going to do this recap. Ride my bike. Storms are coming in over the mountains. It's kind of chilly. So let's get through this one quick. World Superbike goes to Imola, home track for Ducati. And what happens? Oh my goodness, Alvaro Bautista finally gets beat. Jonathan Rea hands Bautista his first loss in a big way, walks away from him. But let's talk about this on a more realistic level, right? Jonathan Rea is pretty much, in recent years, the king of Imola. He holds the record for the number of podiums, and he holds the record for the number of victories at Imola, which kind of sucks for Team Ducati because that is their home track. That is an Italian manufacturer, and if they want to win, they want to win there for sure. That's home field advantage. But unfortunately, Ducati doesn't employ Jonathan Rea, so that's bad for them. The other side of the coin is MotoGP does not race at Imola to my knowledge, so that was basically a new track for Alvaro Bautista. So considering that, he did really good. The other side of the coin there is it's a really technical track. It doesn't have super long straightaways where that Ducati V4 can really kind of stretch its legs out. You couldn't have been going any slower, lady. All right. So that's that. Jonathan Rea wins race 1 on Saturday. Race 2 got rained out, but they did manage to get the Super Pole race done. And he whipped up on everybody in there too. So good for Jonathan Rea. Glad to see him still fighting. Now this scene right here, this is kind of disturbing to me. I personally would have a bit of an issue with these dudes grabbing my butt like that. We'd be having some discussion after the cameras are off and everybody's inside the garage. Alright, moving on. We've got MotoGP. So not much going on really this week. And it's really just a news clipping from Team Yamaha. I have to admit, man, I'm impressed. Rossi's doing pretty good for an old dude. 40 years old. His late race pace has been pretty dang good. Now, Marquez was walking away from everybody at the Texas round. Pretty much blew everybody away at the Jerez round. Had he not crashed at Texas, the points gap would be a completely different story than it is now. But Rossi's right there. If Rossi can qualify better, if Vinales can qualify better and ride like he did at Jerez, we could see like 5-way battles for podium positions coming up. Dovizioso's fast. Rins is doing better than he did at the beginning of last year. I think he came on strong towards the middle and the end of the season. But anyway, I'm digging it. Lots of potential. Motocross is about to start, and we've got Jason Anderson returning. I personally wouldn't expect too much from him. I mean, he broke his arm, he broke some ribs, lacerated, I think his liver? He lacerated one of his internal organs. Point is, dude's coming back from a gnarly crash right before Supercross season started. And, I mean, that's just a tough mental thing to bounce back from right away. So, glad to see him return. I think he'd probably be happy with like a top 10, and I think he'd be ecstatic if he got a top 5 or even made the podium. Man, I'm cleaning this off. It's dirty. It's dirty. Alright. Eli Tomac. So he let me down. I predicted he'd win the Supercross title. That obviously didn't happen. I think it was too little too late. He finally found his groove there towards the middle, the end of the series, but Webb was just super solid. Even on Webb's bad nights, man, he was getting killer starts and putting himself in position to win. So Webb's a champ. He also won the most races. I think Tomac won 6. WR11. Anyway, it's outdoors now. That's a completely different story. The races are longer. Fitness is even more important because you're racing in summertime temperatures instead of the wintertime domes that Supercross runs in. Eli's got more time to recover from mistakes and problems in an outdoor race than he does in a Supercross race. And in Supercross, it's not, you know, it's more like rhythm and timing and a finesse game, really. Motocross is a little bit more just out there and brutal, and you can kind of just like man your way through stuff sometimes. I think that's more Tomac style. I think he makes less mistakes outdoors than he does indoors. I just don't see anybody having better fitness. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Alden Baker boys they're going to be fit, they're going to be ready, they're going to go the distance, but so's Tomac, just as good as they are. So Tomac's going to win that motocross championship. My predictions have been horrible, but I can't pick anybody else. It just doesn't make any sense. Alright, Tomac re-signs a multi-year deal with Kawasaki. Man, I want to say Tomac's like 26 years old, maybe 27. If this is a multi-year deal, it's probably 2 to 3 years long. I'm thinking Tomac's going to retire on that Kawasaki. But you never know. We'll see what happens, man. Looking forward to the outdoors starting. That's going to be good. All right. I can't remember everything. I got to write stuff down. And now I got to look at it. Kind of ridiculous. Oh, yeah. No, I got that. Boy, this is going to be a short one, brother. Huh. Alright, so the last thing I want to talk about... Is this car going straight, or are you pulling in behind me? So the last thing... Dang, almost fell down on gravel. Oh, Camaro. So the last thing I want to talk about, and this probably just really kind of pertains to fans in America, fans of motocross here in America. I don't know if there's any coverage for AMA motocross outside of the United States. I really don't know. Maybe if there's somebody watching this video who's outside the United States, and if you know the answer, man, leave me a comment down below. I'm kind of curious. But I've complained about this in the past. A few months back in a motocross video I did, where I was riding my YZ250 two-stroke. Anyway, my complaint is the schedule of the motocross series. They've put the first moto on one channel, MavTV, which my cable provider doesn't carry. And then they put the second motos on, I think, on NBC Sports, which is fine. I get that channel. And the only way I can watch both motos is if I pay more money to my cable provider, which, as far as I'm concerned, they get more than enough already, man. So if I pay more money, again, I don't even know if they carry Mav, but if they do carry it, now I gotta pay more money every month to get that one channel so I could watch the first moto, and then I've got to switch channels to watch the second moto. I mean, that's just stupid. But oh wait, there's a resolution to this problem, right? I could sign up and subscribe to this NBC Sports Gold app, right? So I can watch it on my tablet or my phone. But I've got to subscribe. It's another fee. It's more money. When just a couple of years ago, I didn't have to do anything. Both motos were aired on my cable provider. It's just so frustrating how they just keep trying to nickel and dime you. And you know what? Motocross is an expensive sport. And so when they keep doing things like this and jerking us fans around, oh, just buy this, buy that. Well, but I didn't have to, you know, last year. So why do I got to buy all this junk now? I'm still paying for what I paid for last year, but now I've got to buy extra stuff. I don't like it. I'm whining and complaining right now. But it really, really drives me nuts. Oh man, it's chilly out here. Colorado doesn't know that it's spring, almost summer. We're past the middle of May, and Colorado decided to drop like 30 degrees. We had mid 70s, low 80s all week long. It's like 55 was the high today. It's not 55 right now, man. It feels more like 45, 50. And I hate the cold. That's really like downright chilly cold to me. But you know, whatever. I like it hot. I like it like smoking hot. Like my really nice riding zone is like 75 to 85. And I don't mind it even hotter than that. You get in the 90s. The only time that really sucks for me is when you're in like bumper to bumper traffic. You're downtown or something, and it's just a heat wave, and the fans are flying off of the cars. What did I just say? The fans are spinning, you know, cooling the water and the radiator down, and you just, all that heat just bounces right into your face. You know, it's not cool. I don't like that. But as long as you're moving, I can deal with 90. It only sucks when you're standing still. Okay. Alright, man. I'm done whining and complaining. It's cold. I gotta find a way to catch Moto 1. I'll probably just find somebody who puts it on YouTube. But it is what it is. It's a world we live in. Capitalism at its best. Love it. So that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see how this works out. I might just keep doing them like this, especially now that the summer's coming. We'll have more and more warm days. Today is not one of those days, but pretty soon it'll get pretty regular. So don't forget to subscribe. Give me that thumbs up and leave a comment, man. Let me know what you guys think, what you'd like to see. I know I haven't included the FIM Motocross series in any of my recaps, so maybe that's something I need to do in the future. I know their series, they're already like 3 or 4 rounds into the series, but they have a long series, so yeah, maybe we'll start doing those. Alright guys, later. Bye.